Yeah, unmute me. Hey, unmute me. Unmute me. Hey, unmute me. We got the word on the street. Unmute me. The latest gossip and the tea. Unmute me. Don't turn me off, let me speak. Unmute me. You'll tune in every week. Unmute me. We got the word on the street. Unmute me. The latest gossip and the tea. Unmute me. Don't turn me down, let me speak. Unmute me. So tune in every week. Unmute me.
All right, what's good, world? Welcome to another episode of the Unmute Me podcast. We got a great show for y'all, great topics. Make sure you stay locked in. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Anyway, stay tuned.
This next topic, guys, is something I really wanted to talk about for this show. It's with domestic violence. And being back in counseling, I've seen this a lot. Seen a lot of horrible stories. I've seen it. I know Arinda and I, we talked about this a lot too around town, seeing husbands or even wives too that will shoot their spouse and their kids, and then they'll shoot themselves. There's a situation that I've seen recently with one person where she's in a domestic violent relationship, and she's still trying to stay with him and hold on to him. And one thing he's doing is kind of controlling her from where he's located. And he's having her and forcing her to sleep with his friends while he watch on Wi-Fi.
What?
Yes.
So if
So it's just it's really wild to me that even with a person being in a whole nother country, that they can still have that mind control over you in that way. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think?
I don't have to think about that.
We don't have enough sense to
I
talk
knew
about
that was
something
coming.
serious.
I knew that was coming.
Right. Too nonchalant. Mike too crazy. I'm too crazy.
You asked
Bart
me.
too crazy. Tiffany might try, but we can't talk.
It's like, what are we even talking about? How somebody get mind control? Because she weak as hell. That's the end of the story.
Period.
It ain't
Yeah.
nothing to talk. She weak as hell and she don't value herself. People who don't value themselves, that's what they get.
Man, listen here.
Right.
You want if I was a female and I'm in that situation, you want to see me getting piped down, it's gonna be from who I want to be doing it. It ain't finna be from nobody you done told to do it. Is you crazy? When you get back home, you got to get it in blood. I'm sorry.
She was saying that she likes being in this relationship because she feel like this guy, he can handle her, and nobody else can handle her behavior.
Personal issue.
If she like it, I
Girl.
love it. Period.
No.
She
needs IOP. She needs intensive outpatient. She needs to be in therapy at least 3 days, 4 days a week. Because the first thing I thought about was, okay, yes, she's weak, but what led her to that point? I hear about nice guys, but then it goes back into her childhood. Who was the father figure? Did she see that? Was that acceptable? You see what I'm saying? So, and then that's maybe the reason why she's looking at nice guys as weak, and they can't handle her, maybe because she's been exposed to other things.
Like, how's her relationship with her father? That's a good point to bring up.
Terrible, bro. That's
horrible.
No, it's terrible.
Daddy was nowhere around. And if he was around, he was very abusive.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Right.
I already figured it out.
He actually was abusive to her mom too.
See?
So that's what she grew up seeing her mom do that.
This is easy. No.
Hey, Ford don't be playing the radio at all.
No, I mean, that's just too. That's easy. There's something wrong with her. But then, for a point to finger at her, you gotta look at her family. People are just a result of their own life experiences. So yeah, I can just tell that off of this dude got control of my mind. How? Something wrong with you.
Hey, that's why, man, listen. That's why having a daughter, even when I usually pick up on Wednesdays. I'm off from school. Whatever she want to do. What do you want to do? Or I want to go Chick-fil-A. Or I want to go Dave & Buster. I will max out them credit cards in Dave & Buster's just to set the example to how much she is worth. Ain't nobody finna come in here talking about no McDonald's and thinking they finna, you know what I mean? They finna win your heart with it. No, ma'am.
Well, I do you one better than I mean, Yeah, I cut you off because it ain't even the money you spend.
Exactly.
That's going to affect us. The time that you
spend. Absolutely.
That's more valuable to us. So it ain't the money is just the icing on the cake, but the fact that you put that time in is molding her in a different way.
Exactly.
So that's how I give you kudos for that. But the money is the money, because she rather have you than any kind of money anyway. So
absolutely. She bougie too though, cause 5 years old she was ordering lobster. You can't even spell lobster. How can you read this?
Look, and when she get older and start dating, and she asks, "Hey, let's go to Red Lobster," and it's just a regular Tuesday, and she with this dude talking about, "We going to Red Lobster on a Tuesday," then she know you ain't for me. Basically.
Ain't nothing.
Yeah.
She gonna know not to value nothing like that. I don't care if he want to take you to the varsity. If he feel good about it, you gonna know his character to know if this man really care about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build all that because I know Daddy was a hell of a guy back in his day.
Mm-hmm. I really agree with you and for Mike on that with the fathers too, because I've been in a mental abusive relationship before too. I've only been in like one physical abusive relationship, and that was in high school.
Did you cut his ass?
No, I did get out of it though. But once you realize your self-worth and how your parents raised you, because I'll tell guys in a minute now, when I see myself going down that road with a guy or a guy treating me a certain way, I'm like, no, my dad and my brother spoiled me. They didn't treat me like this, so I'm not gonna let you treat me like this either.
Right.
Unfortunately, when the abusive stuff happened, I was younger and I really didn't comprehend it as well and things like that. But now as an adult, I don't play those games. I look at how my parents treated me, how my dad treated me, and I'm like, my dad spoiled me. He didn't talk to me like this. He didn't treat me this way, so I'm not gonna let you do it either.
Right. And you know what? I don't know if I ever said this. I probably said this to somebody else. I don't know. But I think as fathers, you know how when y'all daughters be well, y'all daughters are young, but when your daughters get older, I feel like if you don't like the man that she says she's going to marry, don't walk her down the aisle. We had situations like that have happened where a girl was marrying this dude. Oh, daddy, I like him so much, and he walked her, even though he didn't agree with the marriage at all, but he still walked her down the aisle, and then the marriage went down in flames. The man was abusive, all this crap. Like, stand on your stand on your feet and be like, no, I'm not walking you down. I'm not giving you away to him. You can walk down that aisle by yourself, and just don't do it.
No, I don't know, but you just you want what's best for your kids, but at the same time, you want to trust in the way you raise them. And if they make a bad decision, you got to let them live and learn from that. But it's like, okay, for instance, it's like, okay, your kid been bad all year. Christmas come, everybody else in the family got Christmas presents and shit. It ain't right to not get your kid nothing because they've been bad. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to. It's just like putting pie in their face. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you gotta let them learn from their mistakes, but at the same time you can't abandon them because that might send the wrong message.
Well, I know I called myself about to get married to somebody one time, and my brothers was like over our dead body, and they didn't have nothing.
That's your brother though. That's your brother. Your brother gonna keep it funky.
My daddy was the same way. They were like, no. Heck no. No, you ain't. No, we don't support it. We ain't showing up. Don't act. We ain't nobody walking you down the aisle. And I didn't marry him. Thank God he wound up going to jail too. Thank God. Thank God.
The reason why I say that too, because like a lot of times people that with the same sex marriages and shit, they got parents that be like, I ain't supporting that. If you do that, you cut off, you ain't getting in the wheel, none of that. I don't think that's right. That's still your kid. You gotta love them. You may not agree with everything they do, but you gotta love them, and you gotta support them because they need that support. Now, that's conducive to their mental health.
But now, see, that's a difference in you not just liking the person, and you know this man is being abusive in some type of way to your daughter.
Okay,
it's like you handed her over. You handed her over to a wolf.
She'll just have to be mad at me. Because I'm about to handle that situation.
Yeah.
She's gonna be mad at me. She'll understand later.
But see, my thing is, later, if she's still laid up with him. You see what I'm saying?
That's not gonna be possible.
Are you gonna kill him?
No, I mean he gonna leave.
It sounds like.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
He gonna get the hint. He gonna get the hint and leave because a lot of times when men or people are in abuse, men, I ain't gonna just say men, women too, but anytime somebody's in a relationship abusive or being abused mentally or physically by somebody, a lot of times it takes somebody to stand up and let you know they're not gonna back down from the foolishness that you do.
Right. You gotta let them know there's somebody out here that care about them.
Right. But like you said, if he knows now that he can't really come to direct, just crazy towards me because he never really properly introduced himself.
Right.
So therefore, like she already know, like, okay, well, I don't think my dad gonna, because there's times I call and he's been around and she don't say nothing, she'll be sitting there talking to me, and I stay on the phone just because, most time they're gonna try to, our kids gonna try to rush off the phone, the older, how we were, like, all right, mom, they call you back and answer the phone or whatever. She answers the phone, get off the phone or whatever. Because one time he said something in the background, I said, what he say? Because I guess he was trying to speak to me. She started laughing and talking nothing. I said, oh, okay.
He tried to speak to you.
Yeah, he did some crazy stuff because she's like, I think she said, "Hey, Daddy," he said something. I said, "Say what?" I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I'm just checking."
Hey, that's cool though, because if you was raised up right, you would know to respect whoever you gotta respect their parents. Hey, Miss such and such, Mr. Such, how you doing?
But he didn't say that though. That's why I know he ain't raised right.
Oh.
He said what she said. Talking some dad. I said, "Say what now?"
Oh, he said, "Hey, Daddy."
Right. I said, "Say
no,
what?"
That nigga's supposed to be like, "Hey, doctor," "Hey, Mister."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
I said,
you can't hold.
What now?
You can't hold. Sometimes you can't hold their upbringing against them. But as they get like my mama always said, my mama was like, my daddy wasn't there. However, whatever I chose to do as an adult was my decision. Like it's like once you know better, you do better. So a lot of time, if you want to be a better human being, regardless of how you was raised, you can maneuver that. But if you choose to blame your upbringing, you ain't gonna never overcome your upbringing. And I know peers and cousins and that they going through the same thing now. Like we almost 40 and y'all still blaming y'all parents for the why y'all can't prosper in life. Well, bro, you grown now. You could have been figured it out.
Yeah, that's what psychiatrists.
A lot of women also want to they want to fix and take care of if they see it and it's damaged and that man, so they feel like they can fix them and bring them up. But a lot of times, either two things happen, like, oh, I did that, and then they gone to somebody else, or they being abused to them. So they, like there's just so many different things that happen for why people stay in those types of relationships. It's just like they feel like they can help them. They feel like they can stay, knowing that they sit there getting broken bones, bleeding and whatever. Oh, I know better. I know this is why they're doing that because their mom and dad and blah blah blah. No, okay, well that don't mean that you need to stay there for that. So
right.
Get them some
and we've had 4 murder suicides in the past month? It's been like the past month we've had 4 murder suicides just around in this area.
I ain't heard nothing about none of that.
Did y'all see the one on Facebook that happened where the guy
the dude
went to his baby mama's house and he had already killed the girlfriend, and then he went over to her house and got on Facebook and said he had killed the girlfriend, and now he's getting ready to kill the baby mama with the kids in the car. And then he came out the house and he was like, "Oh, there she go right now." That was scary.
Man, people mental health nowadays, people are finally seeing that as real. So I think that's why a lot of times it's being visualized and promoted on TV when stuff happens. But situations like that, people don't realize that, you cause problems and you don't know that person's triggers, especially if you're going through something with an ex or with your spouse, especially when you're involved with somebody's children. People nowadays, I'm always say women, because majority of the time it is women, saying like it might be a small percentage men do the same thing. I'm just saying, but most of the time women always want to dangle the child over the man's head.
Oh yeah.
To make them dance like a puppet and do whatever the hell they tell them to do, or say I'm not gonna see your kid or what X, Y, or Z. And then you end up with situations like this because now you done push their last nerve. Now you done put them in a situation to where somebody's about to die, or we both about to die, or somebody go to jail. The kid's losing the parent. Because now you put folks in a situation they don't even realize. Like you think it's okay, it's just gonna be a bunch of arguing and fussing going on, but halftime it's gonna end up being 10 times worse because now somebody's tired. You know, they don't they make their breaking point.
That's
So
true.
now they gotta do something.
That's
I
true.
got I got I got a question, and especially for the people that's in the psychology field. I may be a little overzealous. I don't know if that's the right term, but sometimes I think it's a thin line between mental health issues and just being fucking selfish.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, why you gotta take the baby daddy, the mama, and the stepmama, then yourself? You could have just took yourself.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's selfish. I don't get
It
it.
is selfish. It's very selfish.
See what I'm saying? Like you could have
Somebody
eliminated.
all these and we have so many murder suicides going on. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about personal from me being, like I said, me being a hairstylist and hearing about it. Oh, this girl got killed. That girl, like 4 girls been killed in the last 2 months. Like, dang, murder suicide.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's selfish. It's very selfish.
Man, it bothers me. Don't a lot in life bother me, but that bothers me. Like, come on, bro. You
Care how
knew.
much somebody
You know what I'm
push.
saying?
Love your kids enough to not destroy their lives. You don't even think about when you do that, you're not thinking about your children.
You
You
can't
put your children in a completely different type of dynamic. You are destroying your children's lives when you do something that crazy.
Like,
it's all about intent. What is your intentions when you do that? You know, okay, he probably was overwhelmed or he probably snapped. However, when you make decisions, you're still going to have decisions based on your intent. I want to kill this person because this. So at the end of the day, yes, he may have a mental health episode or whatnot. However, when he decided to take somebody else's life and then have his kids in the car, that's a selfish move. That don't have nothing to do with mental health. It literally has nothing to do with that. It had all intent on what you want. Okay, I don't like how they did it, so I'm gonna just take their own lives. Why?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you another scenario, and this was sad. Like I work in the post office, and then it's a young lady. She worked for a hospital that in the town. She used to come pick up the mail, and we noticed we didn't see her for a couple of weeks. So another lady started coming, and she was like, "Yeah, she was killed by her husband because they were filing for divorce, and she was dating a sheriff, and he killed her, shot her 5 times in the car at a Walmart parking lot in front of their autistic son, drove himself to the sheriff's office and told the deputy that I just killed your girlfriend. You can go find a body at the Walmart parking lot."
Wow, that's sad.
That's just stupid. Like, bro, why did you just did that to this kid? You did that to this woman when you could have did that to yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over. I don't get it.
And a lot of times when you hear those guys saying, like, after they kill the girl, the one, I don't know about the personal ones that I've experienced these past couple of months, but the ones that go viral on Facebook, they have this thing where they say, I can't go to jail. And then they kill themselves. So did you kill yourself because you were so sad, or you just didn't want to face the consequences? You didn't want to take no type of accountability, and you just was too much of a punk to go to jail for what you just did. So you was like, you know what, I'm gonna take myself out.
I think a lot of time it be like, even if they in a little episode, once they do what they do, they realize like, oh man, I can't face this. And that's how it ended up being everybody just, you know what I'm saying? Well, you should have just skipped all that and realized that you should have done that. Harm yourself. Don't harm nobody else. And that's why I tell people, I done had people tell me I'm a sociopath. I'm like, why you say that? I said, because you don't got no feelings. You don't care about nothing. I'm like, it's not that I don't care, but these are my feelings. Why would I drag you into my feelings? It's not your business how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to project that on you and be mad at you if you don't feel the same way I feel. That's crazy. Like, I done been in a situation, none that warranted me wanting to take my life or nobody else's life, but some stuff that warranted me to want to reevaluate some things. But the little trouble I was in, I sit back and I laugh like, you knew it was coming. You knew what you were doing was this could happen. So I ain't even no need of flexing. Just go ahead and pull your shoulder back, take your consequences, and learn from it. Now, if you keep doing this, you the one stupid. But everybody warranted mistakes. But you got to learn from them. You got to change the way you move. But some people, like I said, it feel like selfishness.
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of the Unmute Me podcast show. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.